Hello, I'm Dr. Fritz Sutter. I'm excited to share some information with you today about probiotics. If you don't know what probiotics are, they are the GI inhabitants that you carry 2 to 3 pounds around with you everywhere. They are the source of health as well as ill health or inflammation in the body. So what I'd like to do is make some distinctions about the 3 wonderful probiotics that I use on a routine basis. The first is the daily product. It's called the daily product, not surprisingly enough. But the key features about this is that there's about 30 billion different bugs in here. They're healthy, they belong there, they're good for you, and they're very well tolerated. They come especially packaged in a blister pack that is sealed with nitrogen, so you don't have to keep it in the refrigerator like many other probiotics out there. They're extraordinarily stable as well in this environment. And you use this on a routine basis for general health, for perhaps prevention of colds during the winter time. If you do have a smidge of some difficulty with your GI tract, it can be very helpful with that. Our second and a little bit bigger gun is 100 billion. Now, you might think 100 billion is a lot, but it's really not. We actually have 300 trillion or so in our GI tract. So 100 billion is starting to get approaching some critical mass where you could make a bigger intervention if you're having some medical problems with your GI tract. Again, it's the same bacteria. These are Bifidobacter and Lactobacillus. I'm sure you've heard of them on the news lately or in some sort of advertisement. But we find that most of the products over the counter carry between 1 and 5 billion. And we feel that 100 billion is much more of a critical mass to make a difference. Again, they're blister packed, sealed, they're very convenient to carry around with you, and you don't have to refrigerate these as well. Now, getting into our bigger, more interventional product is our 350 billion. Now, this is distinctly different, whereas before the other products only had 2 bacteria in there. This has an 18, and it's a blend that's really treating you from stem to stern. It's very, very important that you use a lot of diversity because there is quite a bit of diversity, and after all the antibiotics and medications that people use today, we lose that diversity, particularly as we have repetitive insults to our GI tract, either with maybe food that's not so good for you, too much sugar, or again the antibiotics or medications. This is very different. It's not in a pill form. This is actually a sachet that you would mix either in water, applesauce, or a protein shake that you'd be taking on a routine basis, or a smoothie. This is much more serious an intervention when it comes to treating a GI issue, and it's important that you use this only if you're really struggling with some GI health issues. Typically, the daily you would use routinely, the 100B version you would use for 3 or 4 months, and perhaps the 350B you would use for about 2 to 3 months at the maximum, depending on your symptoms. So I'd like to invite you to consider these products. They're extraordinarily well formulated and blended. They have little license plates or tags on the end of them to show you that these have been scientifically studied. If you are getting a probiotic that does not have that little number behind it, I would be hesitant to use them in any therapeutic way. Thanks for listening.